The 2018 Florida Collegiate Summer League season will come down to one game. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Murphy, joined along by the voice of the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, Ken Landis, as it's Game 3 of the 2018 Florida Collegiate Summer League Championship Series between the DeLand Suns and the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. DeLand winners here in Game 1, 4-0. The Diamond Dogs responded in kind at home last night, 7-5, as it will be Jesus Falloy. 8 wins on the season, including one in the postseason against J.P. Williams, as Winter Park will start the ball game with Robert Scott at the plate against Jesus Falloy.
And Ryan, we are in for a real treat tonight. This decides the season. Who will be crowned champion after tonight? We'll stick around for about 3 hours, and at 10 o'clock, hopefully we'll have a Florida Collegiate Summer League champion.
First pitch of the game from the lefty Jesus Falloy, fouled back to the screen by Scott, and we're underway in Game 3. The lineup for Winter Park looks like this. Leading off is Robert Scott, then Chandler Robertson, Tyler Osick, Cale Jones, Jeff Corte, Christian Rivera, Brooks Brophy, Abraham Sequeira, and Graham Dvorak. Into the motion goes Falloy. He deals his 0-1 pitch, that one a little below the knees for a ball, and the count on Scott evens at 1-1. Defensively for the Suns, pretty much the same as we've seen all the way around. McFalls, Mulkey, Allen Alonso in right, DeTringo, Ball, Blanton, Burke in the infield, and Stouse doing the catching. Falloy's 1-1, misses upstairs for a ball, and Scott takes the advantage in the count, 2-1.
And as we introduce these guys, we've got a couple guys penciled in with stars next to their name to see how they'll perform tonight. We'll get to that after this pitch.
Falloy from the windup deals his 2-1 pitch. That one comes high and tight for a ball, and Falloy finds himself down in the count, 3-1 to Scott, who's hitting .208 in the 6 games of the postseason for the Dogs.
And for the Dogs, Osick, Corte, and Brophy are going to be keys to this lineup at the 3, 5, and 7 spots.
First batter of the game walks as Robert Scott draws a 5-pitch walk from Jesus Falloy. Scott will stand on first with nobody out to bring up Chandler Robertson, who is hitting .217 on the postseason. 5 for 23, 6 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. The Diamond Dogs have scored 37 runs, just over 6 a game in the postseason. In the 4 games for the Suns, they have scored just 4 runs a game, 16.
And Robertson really tore it up in the regular season, ending at a .338 batting average and tied for the lead in doubles on the team with 7.
The first pitch from Falloy, fouled off by Robertson, 0-1. Falloy started Game 1 of the Florida Collegiate Summer League semifinals against the Sanford River Rats. He dueled with Vlad Nunez and came out on top. Went 7 innings, allowing 6 hits, 1 run was earned, 9 Ks, no walks, as Falloy will flip one over to Joe Burke at first, just a check throw on Scott. So the count, still no balls and a strike on Chandler Robertson. Top of the first inning of Game 3 between the Suns and the Dogs. Falloy comes set at the belt, deals the 0-1 pitch. That one runs a little high for a ball, and the count evens on Robertson at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And this is exactly how we started game number 1. Robbie Scott drew a walk and then was erased on a line drive to the second baseman, who made a leaping grab and then threw Robbie Scott out before he could retreat to the bag. So we'll see if the Diamond Dogs can cash in this time on a leadoff walk.
Falloy will check the runner on a 1-1 delivery, and time will be called. Staying in the box is Robertson, and Falloy will retow the rubber quickly.
And also something we saw last time was the shadows on the infield that really made a difference.
Pitch from Falloy will come in and hit Chandler Robertson. So the first 2 batters of the game for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs are aboard without having to swing the bat. Scott walks, Robertson is plunked, and with runners on first and second and nobody out, it will bring up Tyler Osick.
And this is one of the 3 guys I'm really watching closely today, Osick, because he really performed at an outstanding level in the Leesburg series, but since coming to the DeLand series, he's cooled off a little bit. And Corte has started to swing that hot bat. He's in the 5-hole. That's who I'm looking to perform here tonight with 6 doubles, those 6 of his 9 hits.
Runner breaks for third, swing and a miss, and Wade Stouse won't even bother throwing. Robert Scott steals third, and Winter Park has runners on the corners with nobody out here in the first, and an 0-1 count coming to Tyler Osick. Osick hitting .391, a team high, tie for the team high 9 hits in the postseason. Scored 5, he's driven in 6. No balls, 1 strike, the count from Falloy. The 0-1 pitch is lined into left field. It will be caught on the run by Scout McFalls. McFalls will come up throwing. It'll be cut by Nick DeTringo. No one will advance. So Osick flies out to Scout McFalls in left, who charged on, and that ball was hit just hard enough that McFalls could catch it, and just hard enough that Scott had to freeze. So Osick lines out to left for out number 1, and it brings up the cleanup hitting, Cale Jones.
And McFalls out there, that's a great job by him coming on. You don't know sometimes if you have to lay out for that one, and not only that, he had to battle the sun the whole way, and the sun shining directly in his face.
So runners on the corner, still 1 out. Middle infield in double play depth for DeLand as Valoy's first pitch runs low and inside for a ball, and the count on Cale Jones is 1-0.
And we saw this in game 1. We saw Ostenson kind of struggle in the first 2 innings. Diamond Dogs were unable to jump on him. And with Valoy maybe not having his best stuff here early, there are runners at the corners. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Valoy comes set from the belt, checks the runner, deals the 1-0 pitch. A bouncing ball through the left side, a base hit, and it's the Diamond Dogs that'll strike first. Cale Jones with an RBI single. Robert Scott in to score. 3 of the first 4 have reached for the Dogs, and Winter Park leads it early, 1-0.
And Ryan, I've mentioned it multiple times in just this series, regardless of all season long, those leadoff walks, they really come back to bite. The leadoff walk to Scott, he just scored. And the second batter was a hit by pitch. He's standing out there at second with 1 down.
So first and second, 1 away for the red-hot Jeff Corte, who has been the leader of this Winter Park offense in the postseason. He's 9 for 22, hitting .409, as Valoy will turn and chase both runners back to their bags. 4 runs scored. He has 6 doubles of his 9 hits on the postseason and leads the Dogs with 8 RBIs. Set from the stretch, Valoy trying to get out of the inning with only minimal damage. First pitch at-bat of the at-bat misses high for a ball, 1-0. As Valoy has thrown 13 pitches, 8 of them have been out of the zone thus far, as now facing a very dangerous Jeff Corte as Winter Park tries to jump on the Suns here early. 1 ball, no strikes from Jesus Valoy. Checks his runners, deals the 1-0. It is a slow roller that will be bobbled by Valoy. Now his only play is to first. He makes it. That might have been a double play ball if Valoy had let it through, but he will get the out to get Jeff Corte. It moves Robertson ahead to third and Jones ahead to second, and a golden opportunity for the Dogs to go up by multiple runs here, as that will bring Rick Hall out of the dugout before Valoy faces Christian Rivera.
And Rivera has been a hot bat here in the postseason. He doesn't have the stats to back it up. Only batted, well, he's up to 292 now. It's a pretty good average. But in the beginning, in the Leesburg series, he was all about the timely hit. Down 5-2 in Game 3, he knocks a 3-run home run to make it 5-5, and the furthest ball I've seen him hit all season long. This guy is a gamer, as he loves to perform in these high-pressure situations. This is one of them right here, so we'll see. We're in for a show between Valoy and Rivera.
And there'd be a thought here, do you put Christian Rivera on to deal with the pitcher Brooks Brophy? He's shown that he has ability with the bat in Brophy, but do you take your chances with a pitcher as opposed to the position guy? It does not look like the Suns are going to go that route. They're going to try to test Christian Rivera to get out of this inning. First pitch from Valoy comes low and inside for a ball, and the count on the shortstop starts at 1-0.
And Brophy went 1 for 3 yesterday. He awaits on deck. He almost went 2 for 3. He was just barely tagged out on a wild throw at first. They ended up clipping him on the helmet.
1 ball, no strikes the count. Valoy's 1-0 delivery is lifted into right field. It will send Alan Alonso back. He battles the sun and makes the catch. Alonso will throw home. Problem for him, though, is there's 2 outs. So the inning comes to an end. Winter Park gets a run across. As we go to the bottom of the first inning in Game 3, it's the DeLand Suns trailing 1-0 as you're watching the Florida League Championship Series on Facebook Live. The Suns will have to come from behind. In the Game 3 of the FCSL Championship Series, they trail it 1-0. As the first pitch of the game, the Nick DeTringo is a high chopper towards second. It will be collected. The throw to first is in time. And quickly, one gone in the first inning as DeTringo put on a ground out, as that will bring up the two-hole hitting left fielder in Scout McFalls.
And this will be something to watch to see how far these starters can go, how long they can go in this one. Both bullpens at this point in the season, they've run pretty thin as they've already had to pitch a full season. And then for the Diamond Dogs, this is their sixth playoff game. Pardon me, actually seventh. Yes, that's correct. So 7 games in 6 days. That's a pretty ridiculous number there to play, and pitch counts and all that comes into effect as well.
First pitch of the at-bat to McFalls, low and outside for a ball, as Williams varying up his delivery on that one, holding on the leg kick, but misses low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Scout McFalls. The rest of the lineup, Mulkey, Sisson, Blanton, as that one misses the zone as well, 2-0. Mulkey, Sisson, Blanton, Burke, Ball, Alonzo, Stouse for these DeLand Suns. 2 balls, no strikes on the Winthrop Eagle in Scout McFalls. The 2-0 pitch comes low and outside again, and McFalls gets ahead in the count. 3 balls and no strikes.
And after a quick first pitch out, now a strike has yet to been thrown from J.P. Williams besides that one.
Likely taking all the way is McFalls. He takes the 3-0 on the outside corner for a strike, and the count runs to 3-1 on the 2-hole hitter in the DeLand order. McFalls twirls his bat in the left-hand batter's box. The 3-1 is a ground ball towards the shortstop, collected by Rivera. His throw to first base is in time. Able to get McFalls by a half step, and 2 groundouts have set down the DeLand offense here in the first, as they'll have to try to work with 2. It'll be Matt Mulkey who will try to start a rally.
And a good job by there of J.P. Williams. He was down in the count 3-0 and battled back with a strike on the outside corner. McFalls thought he got one he could carry. He just ended up rolling over on it and out there to Rivera. He almost beat that one out. Close play, but still an out nonetheless.
McFalls, one of the few guys in this league that can make that close, has great speed. So does Mulkey, who takes the first pitch low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Mulkey during the postseason for the Suns hitting .333. He's 4 for 12. 4 runs scored and a couple of runs batted in for Matt Mulkey, as he will put that one back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Matt Mulkey gets the Suns their first hit of the ball game, a single into center, as it will bring up the designated hitter for the DeLand Suns in Braden Sisson.
Well, we won't see a no-hitter in the championship game. How crazy would that have been? But both sides now with a hit, and we're just going to play some good baseball from here on out.
So it brings up the cleanup hitter Braden Sisson, who has been solid in the postseason for the Suns, hitting .286, 4 for 14. Driven in a pair for DeLand. He takes the first pitch on the inner half for a strike. Backed up on it, but it will catch the inside corner as the count starts. No balls and a strike on the DeLand DH.
And Williams missed a spot there. Cortez set up on the outside corner. That one ended up all the way on the inside.
No balls and a strike. The 0-1 breaking ball to Sisson catches the similar spot as it's in the zone for a strike. And the count on Braden Sisson quickly runs to 0-2.
And J.P. Williams in that game against Leesburg, the game one where he lost only 1-0. That curveball was really working.
Sisson will send it past the right side in off the glove of Brooks Brophy. McFalls will dig for third. He is in. And runners are on the corners on what will be ruled a single for Braden Sisson. Tough play for Brophy going to the backhand, and it just got off his glove. And the Suns have runners on the corners for Jordan Blanton.
And Brophy also had to hold on to the first base bag for the runner. Maybe just didn't get back out in the field as much as he would have liked, as that one just scampered by him. A tough play on the backhand. And now runners at the corners.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Jordan Blanton, who has been a spark plug in this offense and defensively as well all season long for the Suns, hitting .385 in the playoffs, 5 of 13. First pitch, breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a strike, and the count on Jordan Blanton is 0-1. Blanton leading the Suns with 4 postseason RBIs. J.P. Williams comes set, deals his 0-1. Blanton will send it foul down the right side, and he'll have to come from behind in the count as it's 0-2.
And quick line for JP in that Leesburg outing, as mentioned, He lost that game, only allowing 1 earned run on 6 punch-outs and only 5 hits. He pitched phenomenally. That breaking ball was red hot.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Blanton will send one into right center field. Over to make the catch in center is Tyler Osick, and Winter Park will win the first inning of this ball game. As a flyout strands runners on the corners, we go to the top of the second inning here in Game 3 with your score. It's the Winter Park Diamond Dogs 1 and the DeLand Suns nothing as you're watching the FCSL Championship Series on Facebook Live. Momentum to Winter Park early on in this ball game. 1-0 Diamond Dogs in the top of the second inning. As the first pitch of the at-bat from Jesus Valoy is a chopper towards third. Nick DeTringo will wait on it, glove it, throw it to first base in time. And Brooks Brophy has put down 1 pitch, 1 out on a ground out to Nick DeTringo as there's 1 gone here in the second inning to bring up the 8-hole hitter in Abraham Sequeira, who is 1 for 16 on the playoffs, but has found his way on base at a good clip. He's drawn 8 walks in 6 games.
And that's something he's really showcased here as the season has gone along. In the regular season, Sequeira only had 9 walks. He's almost matched his entire season total. In the postseason, he's really had the eye of a hawk up there.
First pitch of the at-bat is in there for a strike from Valoy, 0-1. Valoy reasonably efficient in the first inning. He threw 16 pitches. The 0-1 delivery from Valoy. He'll try to paint the inside corner. He cannot. And the count runs even on Sequeira, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And one thing we haven't seen yet, a punch-out from a pitcher, as both of these guys are known for their strikeout ability. Haven't seen one yet.
4 groundouts, 3 flyouts. Is that one lifted into left center field? That's going to be the second hit of the postseason for Abraham Sequeira. He'll dig around first and head for second. McFalls' throw will be cut off by Kyle Ball, and it'll be a stand-up double by Abraham Sequeira. And Winter Park, for the second inning in a row, has a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. It's Sequeira on second with 1 away for Graham Dvorak.
Nice job there by Sequeira, waiting for his pitch. He didn't like the first strike called, and then watched one inside before knocking that one into the gap to bring up the number 9 hitter in Graham Dvorak, who thought he had a double yesterday, but apparently the umpires ruled that he missed first base in what turned out to be a huge call that would have tied the game. He would have driven a run in, but instead it got wiped away.
Wound up not costing the Diamond Dogs yesterday. First pitch from Valoy. Misses somewhere, 1 ball, no strikes.
Dvorak in the postseason. He has drawn 4 walks, so he, at the bottom of the order, can draw a couple walks as well. He's got a nice eye to him as well.
1 ball, no strikes, the count from Valoy. He deals the 1-0 pitch. That one is a sky-high pop-up in the infield. Joe Burke will battle the sun over at first, dancing underneath it and making the catch. He will retire Graham Dvorak on the pop-out, and there's 2 gone here in the second to bring up the ever-dangerous second baseman in Robert Scott.
And we saw it earlier. Robbie Scott, he drew a walk on 5 pitches. Eventually came around to score on that leadoff walk. He also stole third. That was his 5th stolen base of the postseason, as he was second in the league in stolen bases in the regular season with 20 of them in 22 attempts.
A check of second from Valoy. First pitch of the at-bat, low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Scott walked, stole a base, and scored, and is the reason Winter Park leads this game 1-0.
And Scott, of his 5 hits in the postseason, 2 of them are 2-baggers.
1 ball, no strikes the count. Valois checks the runner, deals the 1-0 pitch. It is a line drive, caught by Kyle Ball. The Stetson Hatter ranges over to make the play, and the inning is over as Jesus Valois, for the second inning in a row, strands runners in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the second inning in the FCSL Championship Series. In Game 3, it's Winter Park 1, DeLand nothing, as you're watching the Florida League Championship Series on Facebook Live. Bottom of the second inning, the DeLand Suns trail by a score of 1-0 at the hands of the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Burke, Ball, and Alonzo to hit for DeLand as the first pitch to Joe Burke. Runs low for a ball, 1-0. Burke on the season is a hitter of 182. I should say on the postseason. He's taken back-to-back pitches from Williams, low and outside for a ball. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. On the 6-hole hitter, the FCSL Home Run Derby champion. The 2-0 delivery to Joe Burke catches the inside corner for a strike. And from J.P. Williams, it's now 2-1.
And let's see if J.P. can bat all the way back here. We saw a 3-0 count become a 3-1 and then a ground out.
Burke fouls off the 2-1 as it'll bang in front of the Winter Park dugout and trickle over to Brooks Brophy at first base. So the count runs even on Burke. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Williams put 2 runners on in the first inning on 2-out singles, but then induced a fly out from Blanton. He'll induce a ground out more than likely here from Burke. Brophy will take it to the bag himself on a ground ball, and there's 1 gone. As for the second consecutive inning, the leadoff hitter is put down by J.P. Williams as he'll deal with the DeLand shortstop, Kyle Ball.
And Brophy over there, a pitcher. He played first base in high school, but he took that one himself, knowing that the pitcher really doesn't want to have to run over there if he doesn't have to. J.P. Williams ended up all the way over there and just said, I'll forget the throw. Let's just go ahead and take it over the bag. I'll touch it myself to record that out.
So 1 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. Suns trail Winter Park 1-0 as the first pitch to Kyle Ball is in there for a strike 0-1. Ball has had his struggles in the postseason. He is 1 for 12 with a run scored. He has drawn a couple of walks as well, but has played a very dependable shortstop as he'll look at a breaking ball low, and the count runs even on the 7-hole hitter, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And there's some remarks being exchanged between the third base coach for the Suns and the home plate umpire as he rips off his mask to go bark at him. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but time will resume, or play will resume now as time is over.
Given some of the chatter downstairs, probably a ball and strike discussion. The 1-1 pitch can't catch the outside corner to Ball, and the count is 2-1. On the 7-hole hitting shortstop from right here at Stetson. 2-1 delivery to Kyle Ball. Runs low and inside. And Ball has the advantage on J.P. Williams, 3-1. With the Lake Sumter product Alan Alonzo standing in the on-deck circle. Williams holds the ball behind his back. Now brings it set. Pitch comes in, fired down the right side. Foul by Kyle Ball. And the count runs full 3-2 to the DeLand shortstop. Alonzo and Stouse to follow, and should the inning get past that or next inning, it would be Nick DeTringo, the top of the order. Full count on the shortstop, Kyle Ball, trying to get aboard for the Suns here in the second inning. He will, as he draws a walk on the 3-2 pitch, just missing the inner half. And it puts the runner on first with one out to bring up the right fielder in Alan Alonso.
And a good idea from J.P. Williams to try and go with a 3-2 breaking ball. You don't see that too often, but he really has confidence in that breaking ball. And with one down in the bottom of the order coming up, it's a gamble worth taking, in my opinion, if you would ask me.
He did freeze ball, but it just missed on the inside half of the plate as a big hack from Alan Alonso. Cannot connect, and the count starts 0-1 on DeLand's 8-hole hitting right fielder. No balls, one strike the count. As the 0-1 delivery, it is a line drive in right field, will drop in for a base hit. Ball will motor around second and dig for third. Now he'll stay. That's a great throw coming from Dvorak in right. It throws Kyle Ball, so Ball stays at second. It's a single for Alan Alonso. For the second inning in a row, the Suns get back-to-back base runners. In the first, it was with 2 outs. In the second, it's with 1. First and second, 1 out for Wade Stouse.
And it would have been a very interesting play at the bag if Ball had continued to go to third. It was a perfect one-hop throw to Sekera, who was standing on third base, but he is still out there at second, 2 men on with only 1 out. Double play ball would get Williams out of this as he's facing the number 9 hitter, and then the top of the order into Tringo will be due up after that.
So an opportunity for Wade Stouse to get the DeLand Suns on the board as they've got runners on first and second with 1 out here in inning number 2. But if Williams can induce a ground ball, it could get the Dogs out of the inning. First pitch of the inning to Stouse, fouled off 0-1. Stouse has caught 2 of the first 4 games in the postseason. Spencer Yankel has caught the other 2. The 2 catchers combined, 0 for 12 with a run scored. Stouse is 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts. The Suns trying to get some production out of the backstop position in Game 3. Williams deals the 0-1. Stouse will try to send it the other way down the left side, but it will head up and over the DeLand bullpen in the left field side, and Wade Stouse quickly finds himself down in the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Stouse. Williams trying to get a big second out here in the second inning before facing DeTringo, or get the third out if he can turn 2 as he'll step off the rubber. No balls, 2 strikes is your count, as Williams will come set at his chin. He deals the 0-2, but not yet, as he'll turn off, chase Kyle Ball back to the second base bag, and the 0-2 pitch still forthcoming. No balls, 2 strikes. As set from the stretch, the right-hander Williams. The 0-2 pitch to Stouse is a line drive into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. The throw will come to second. It will, in fact, wind up coming all the way to the plate. Kyle Ball got a late jump on that because he had to see it all the way down. Once he did, everybody ahead 90 feet. And, in fact, if Osick was really paying attention there, he might have had an interesting play at third if he'd thrown it there because of how late a jump Kyle Ball got. Either way, it's a single for Wade Stouse, and the bases are loaded with 1 out, and that is going to draw a mound meeting with everybody coming in to talk for Winter Park.
And I don't blame Osick there for not laying out for that one. If he had missed that, that might have dribbled by him all the way to the wall. A deep 403 here at Melching Field, so he kept it in front of him, made the play to second base pretty much because it was the closest one. I feel like he thought that was the best shot he had, the closest distance between him and any of the bases. So he threw it to second. He might have had to play at third, but regardless, the bases are loaded. J.P. Williams will really be tested now as the top of the order is due up.
I'm not even sure he went to second. I think he tried coming home on that play because the throw was nowhere near second. It wound up being cut off by Brophy a couple feet in towards home plate from the mound. So I think instinct, runner on second to base hit, your instinct tells you to throw it to the plate. I think that's where Osick was throwing the ball because it was not on a line to second. It came in a little bit higher. Nick DeTringo will hit. He'll take a first pitch strike on the outer half of the plate, 0-1. Suns have put 5 of the first 9 aboard against J.P. Williams, but they stranded 2 in the first. They've got the bases loaded here in the second, as Nick DeTringo in his second year under Rick Hall trying to give the Suns the lead. 0-1 swung on and missed by DeTringo, and he finds himself down in the count, 0-2. DeTringo has struggled in the postseason. He's 3 for 16, hitting a $188. 3 runs scored and 1 run batted in.
You said that about Stouse too, but he ended up with a clutch single there to load the bases. So we'll see what DeTringo gets here, 0-2.
Doubt he gets anything to hit the 0-2 pitch, and he does swing and a miss. And DeTringo put down on strikes. There's 2 gone here in inning number 2 to bring up the left fielder, Scout McFalls, who is 8 for 18, hitting .444 on the postseason.
And there it is. That was the first punch out we've seen from either pitcher. Comes here in the bottom of the second inning as J.P. Williams has really found that breaking ball. I was thinking through the sequences in my head. Went fastball first pitch, curveball second pitch. And at that point, you can really go anything you want, especially up 0-2. He decided to dial up that curveball again, spun it up there real nice, dropped out of the zone, and DeTringo gave it a wave and missed.
So it will be Scout McFalls with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Williams trying to escape. McFalls takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner, finds himself down in the count, 0-1. Top of the third inning for Winter Park. Robertson, Osick, and Jones in the 2-3-4 spots. No balls, 1 strike, 2 gone to Scout McFalls, trying to get the Suns on the board. The 0-1 delivery is a breaking ball that misses away, and the count on McFalls runs even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
So he tried to go with the same sequence of pitches there, fastball, curveball. Not sure if he'll come back with a curveball here. Let's see. I'd imagine he'd try and go back to that inside corner with a fastball.
Williams trying to get out of the inning with a 1-run lead still intact for Winter Park. The 1-1 to McFalls. He bounces it off his foot. It rolled right to Williams. He came up throwing, but the umpire quickly rules it dead and calls it a foul ball off of McFalls, and the count puts Williams in the driver's seat. He's ahead 1-2.
And he did go with the inside pitch there, and that's how McFalls fouled it off of himself. I wouldn't be surprised to see JP come backdoor with a breaking ball, try and nick that outside corner to McFalls, who might be a little antsy up there after hitting himself with that pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Scout McFalls. Williams 1 pitch away from getting out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam. Infield playing back, trying to keep anything slow rolling in front of him. The 1-2 pitch coming from J.P. Williams. That ball lined down the left field line, foul, as McFalls tried to go the other way with what would have been a go-ahead hit. It trails about 15 feet foul down the left side, and will do another 1-2 pitch to the Winthrop Eagle. Dogs lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of inning number 2 on the strength of a Cale Jones RBI single. J.P. Williams comes set, deals the 1-2 pitch. That one is outside for a ball to McFalls. And deuces are wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Williams up, that was pitch number 38 here in the first 2 innings for J.P. Williams. Pitch number 39 coming will be a 2-2 to Scout McFalls. Williams set from his chin, deals the 2-2 pitch. McFalls watches it in the dirt, and the count has run full on the Winthrop Eagle. McFalls 3-2. So the 40th pitch of the game for J.P. Williams will send everybody in motion, and it'll either be the end of the inning, or the Suns will tie it or take the lead unless McFalls fouls it off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Williams to McFalls. Ball at third, Alonso at second, Stouse at first. They will all be moving with the pitch. Williams has time called as Scout McFalls will step out of the batter's box.
And JP on the regular season, 24 punch-outs to only 6 walks, but the only run he allowed in Leesburg was on a walk. He walked in the only run of the game. So big spot here. Let's see what he does.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, the 3-2. McFalls swings, and did he catch it? Yes, he did. Corte makes the catch behind the plate, and back-to-back strikeouts get the Dogs out of trouble as we go to the top of the third inning. The Winter Park Diamond Dogs still lead the DeLand Suns 1-0 as you're watching the Florida League Championship Series on Facebook Live. 2, 3, and 4 in the Winter Park order. Robertson, Osick, and Jones to face Jesus Valois. In the top of the third inning, DeLand has doubled up the Diamond Dogs in hits 4-2. But it's the Diamond Dogs that have the lead 1-0. Valois will work from the windup. It'll be lefty on lefty as into the motion goes Valois. His first pitch of the at-bat. Bunt is shown, pulled back, but the pitch is in there for a strike. As Robertson, who was plunked his first time up, takes strike one. He's down in the count 0-1.
And he's tried to bunt a lot here this season. He's done it successfully most of the time. And he's a darn good bunter at that.
No balls and a strike. As Valois' 0-1 delivery, that will miss outside as he tried to paint the outside corner, could not. And the count on Chandler Robertson is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Robertson, Osick, and Jones here in the top of the third inning for the Dogs, who lead it 1-0 as Valois' 1-1 delivery comes inside again, low as well, and Robertson takes the advantage in the count. He's ahead 2-1.
Yeah, it was a curveball that kind of just bounced on the plate, and Robertson thought about swinging at it, but realized it was going to drop off the table. And a good job by him to hold up the man out of Ancaster, Ontario. Yes, he is from Canada, still lives there, plays ball at UCF here in Central Florida, so figured might as well do a summer league while he's down here.
The 2-1 pitch from Valois. That one will catch the inside corner at the letters of Chandler Robertson and even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the third inning, it will be the heart of the order. 3-4-5, Mulkey, Sisson, Blanton for DeLand. As into the motion goes Jesus Valois. 2-2 delivery is a high pop-up that will get into shallow right field. Jordan Blanton will backpedal. He will find it and make the catch. And Chandler Robertson is retired on a pop-out. There's 1 gone here in the third, as that'll bring up Tyler Osick.
Osick had that hard hit ball to left field in the area of Scout McFalls, who came on straight into the sun to grab that one. Now the sun has disappeared in left field. The only man really to worry about is the center fielder. He's alone, standing in the sunshine out there.
Lefty on righty is the first pitch from Jesus Valois. Snaps down into the zone for a strike, just about kneecap level on Osick, who finds himself down in the count 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Into the motion, Valois. His 0-1 delivery comes a little bit high and outside that time and evens the count at 1-1.
And Osick has really excelled when he gets deep into counts against pitchers. That way you can see all the pitches he has, and he knows if you miss your spot, he'll take you for a ride.
The 1-1 from Valois with aces wild. That's going to get singled into left field by Tyler Osick. He's on base for the first time today. Third inning in a row where Winter Park has a hit. They've had 1 hit in each inning thus far. Put 3 on in the first on a walk, a hit batsman, and a hit. Sakara doubled with 1 out in the second. Osick singles with 1 out in the third to bring up the man that Drez driven in. The only run of the game today in Cale Jones.
And Cale Jones in that first inning had a single with 1 out, so the Diamond Dogs getting everything rolling today, it seems, with just 1 out on the board.
So 1-0 Dogs, runner on first, 1 away, as Valois' first pitch to the cleanup hitting Cale Jones misses up and away for a ball. Count starts 1-0 on the Diamond Dog DH in Jones. 1 ball, no strikes, as set from the stretch Valois. He'll check his runner at first and deal the 1-0 pitch. That one lined into left center field. That's down for a base hit. Matt Mulkey will get over to left center. He will cut it off and keep Osick at second. So back-to-back singles for the first time today for Winter Park. And they've got first and second 1 out for the ever dangerous Jeff Corte, who's 9 for 23 on the postseason.
And 6 of those 9 hits, they're doubles. He's mostly found that right center field gap. I believe he's found that gap with 5 of them. The only double that went the other way won the game in Leesburg in the 11th inning, as he only had 1 all regular season and has found himself with 6 two-baggers in the postseason.
He'll try to extend the Winter Park lead here in the third inning. 1-0 Diamond Dogs, but first and second 1 out. Lefty on lefty is Valois' first pitch. Will catch the inside corner for a strike. Corte bended out of the way and got caught on the inner half and finds himself down in the count 0-1.
He also leads the team in RBIs in the postseason with 8 of them.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As the 0-1 delivery from Valois, that one will try to catch and does the inside corner yet again as he's buckled Corte on back-to-back inside deliveries, and the count now 0-2 on the Winter Park catcher.
Good pitch by Valois there. I'm wondering if he'll go back to that. After that, I really wouldn't blame him if he did.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Valoy from the stretch deals the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball misses high and inside. Tried to snap in another breaking ball, but this one just never came back down. And Corte remains at the plate, still down on the count to Valoy. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'd maybe go with a fastball away here after making Corte watch that one go high. Let's see if he changes the level and goes low.
The 1-2 pitch from Valoy is that one's going to be a slow roller towards Blanton at second. He will apply the tag, throw to first, inning over. Jordan Blanton turns the 4-3 double play. He does what he's done all season, and that is be arguably the best defensive second baseman in this league. He turns the inning-ending double play as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Suns still trail the Dogs 1-0. The first pitch at the bottom of the third inning to Matthew Mulkey comes inside for a strike as J.P. Williams, 41 pitches into his ball game, has thrown over 2 times as many strikes as balls to these Suns hitters. He's walked only 1 in Kyle Ball as he snaps that one low and away for a ball to Kyle. Just Kyle for now, so we don't say ball 7 times in the same sentence.
Well, that was to Mulkey, actually.
Right. Matt Mulkey digs in. It is a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Mulkey digs in as the delivery from J.P. Williams, and Mulkey will eliminate any doubt about balls and strikes by putting the ball in play. It's a fly out to Graham Dvorak as he settles underneath it and makes the catch. There's 1 gone in the third inning for the designated hitter in Braden Sisson.
Yeah, that was the most fortunate for us as we lost count of our balls and strikes up here. And he decided to put one in play. A nice piece of wood on it, just right at Graham Dvorak. If he had found a gap, that could have been a 2-bagger, but found the leather of the right fielder for the Diamond Dogs.
So 1 out, bases empty. First pitch to Sisson comes inside for a ball. Count will start, 1-0. Bottom of the third inning, a first inning run for the Diamond Dogs holding up thus far as the 1-0 delivery comes low and inside to Sisson. Takes a pitch out of the zone, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count and the 2-0 delivery. That's going to come below the knees of Braden Sisson, and the count is now 3-0.
And you don't normally see this from J.P. Williams. Normally he goes straight after these guys. He's just missing the zone, falling behind in a lot of counts.
The 3-0 delivery is right down Broadway. Sisson wasn't going to swing at that unless it was presented to him on a tee, as the count now 3-1 on the cleanup hitter in the order for the Suns. The 3-1 delivery. Sisson, it's a slow roller down the third base line. Barehanded play, throw to first is going to get caught by Brophy. And they're going to say he was off the bag. They'll say that Brophy came off the bag. So score that an infield single for Braden Sisson, as I think the umpire at first believed that Brophy didn't catch the ball. Then when he showed it, then he said, okay, no, he was off the bag anyway. So it's an infield single for Sisson, and the Suns have a runner on for Jordan Blanton.
And immediately the Diamond Dog dugout pointed to the home plate umpire. I'm not sure if he made a decision or a call. I didn't see. I was looking at the play at first base, and they will huddle. So we saw an overturned call yesterday at first base, and here might be another opportunity to do so. It was hard to tell. It was a bang-bang play, but they said he was off the bag. I think the throw beat him, but if he was off the bag, obviously, then he would be safe.
We'll see what the umpires decide here. Is will either be a runner on first with 1 out, or bases empty, 2 outs. Either way, Jordan Blanton will be the hitter. This isn't like yesterday with the overturned call where that was going to end the inning if it was overturned, which it was. The inning's going to continue one way or the other. He is safe at first. They will rule that Brophy came off the bag, so it's an infield single for Sisson, who's now 2 for 2 today, and it brings Jordan Blanton to the plate with a runner on first and 1 away.
And unfortunately, at this level, we don't have the luxury of the instant replay, so that's as good as we're going to get. The umpires huddling up. If they all said they saw the same thing, then that's exactly what happened on the field.
So runner on first, 1 gone for Blanton, who was a fly-out victim his first time up, a ball into center that was gloved by Osick. Good breaking ball from Williams, snaps into the zone for a strike, and he gets ahead of Jordan Blanton 0-1 with Joe Burke standing in the on-deck circle, as this will be pitch number 50 of the outing for J.P. Williams. No balls, 1 strike the count. As set from the stretch comes Williams. His 0-1 delivery plunks Jordan Blanton, and he will motor his way down to first. That's another reason why I just love Jordan Blanton to death. He gets hit, and some guys do the big bat flip, and they amble their way down to first. Not Jordan Blanton. He gets plunked, and he's running like he just put the ball into play. So Blanton stands on first, Sisson stands on second, and it brings up the powerful Joe Burke.
And we're going to see here if J.P. Williams can lock it down after a call was questionable. All the umpires huddled together. They figured out the call, and a tough break for the Diamond Dogs, and we'll see if he can roll up a double play ball here to end the inning and get out of a jam.
So first and second, 1 away to Joe Burke. Dogs looking for the double play. Suns looking to avoid stranding. If it's these two, they're 6th and 7th runners on base against Williams. First pitch to Burke, taken high and tight for a ball. Count 1-0 on the Kentucky Wesleyan first baseman. Dogs 1, Suns nothing. Bottom of the third inning here from Melching Field in DeLand. Williams comes set from the stretch, his 1-0 pitch. That one's taken on the outside corner by Burke. Count evens 1-1.
And Burke had that slow dribble over to first base last time up, rolled over on it. And Brophy took himself for out number 1 of that second inning. JP looking to get him a rollover again.
The 1-1, Burke will hit a high pop fly down the right field side. It's going to get well out of play and back towards the Brian Snyder hitting pavilion here at the home of the Stetson University Hatters. And Burke finds himself down in the count 1-2. Kyle Ball, a Stetson Hatter himself, in the on-deck circle. The 1-2 pitch to Burke. Breaking ball low and outside for a ball, and the count is 2-2. And something the Suns have been able to do, they haven't been able to score, but they are running the pitch count up quite a bit on J.P. Williams. This is his 55th pitch, and he's only thrown 2 1/3 innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2 to Burke. He'll foul it off again as that one will bang off the top level of the facade and actually plinko its way. It's still rolling. Is it going to get down the stairs? No, it stopped before a fan actually could grab it. Almost went Price is Right plinko there, hitting about 8 different surfaces before coming to a halt. The 2-2 pitch coming to Joe Burke is dealt, and that one is flown foul down the right side by Burke. That'll head back up and out of play, and we'll do another one to the Kentucky Wesleyan Panther and Joe Burke.
I think he's aiming for my car over there. I parked over there 2 of the last 3 pitches have gone over that way. 3 straight balls fouled off to the right side. So let's see if JP comes inside with one, try and force him to go the other way.
2-2 pitch. That's going to hit Joe Burke on the foot. Came low and inside. Burke is down and in a significant amount of pain, it looks like. Is that hit him on the foot or that come and get him on the hand? Came and got him on the wrist, it looked like. So Rick Hall and Jason Umberger are both going to converge. But for the second inning in a row, the bases are loaded with one out. This time it'll be Kyle Ball at the plate. Worth noting, I suppose, that if the Suns needed to go to the bullpen or go to the bench for some reason, the guys on the bench today would be Trent Taylor, Chris Burgess, Spencer Yankel. I believe that is it. No real infielders, so you wonder if it would be something where the Suns would have to do some shuffling. But Burke seems to be perfectly okay, so he will stand on first, and the Suns have the bases loaded. And one out here in the third inning, and a second opportunity to take the lead in this ball game, or at least tie it up.
And last inning, it was a second inning, same situation, bases juiced to only one out, and 2 consecutive punch-outs from Williams. Here he's hit 2 consecutives to put them on.
Corners in, middle infield back as Ball takes a breaking ball in the zone for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away to Kyle Ball. Set from the stretch, J.P. Williams is 0-1 to Ball. Big swing and a miss, and Ball finds himself down quickly in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and this will be pitch number 60 on the afternoon from J.P. Williams. No balls, 2 strikes, Williams to Kyle Ball. Williams deals the 0-2 pitch. Ball swings and misses at a ball that was well out of the zone. He is set down on strikes. There's 2 away. And if the Suns are going to score here in the third, it's on the back of Alan Alonso.
Alonso had a good game 1 here in DeLand and then has singled so far today. So still a dangerous hitter. As JP is not out of the woods yet. 2 down. All he needs is 1 more out, but 3 potential runs sit out there on the base paths.
So bases loaded, 2 outs for Alan Alonso. Williams trying to get out of trouble again and leave his 8th runner on base through 3 innings. Alonso hitting .375 in the postseason. He'll take a pitch high and tight for a ball and get ahead in the count 1-0.
Good idea by JP trying to climb the ladder. You don't normally see that on the first pitch, but he was seeing if Alonso was going to be aggressive in the at-bat or if he might be passive and wait for his pitch.
1 ball, no strikes, the 1-0 delivery to Alonso. Is he able to hold up on his swing? Yes, he is. Pitch is high. He did not swing at it, and Alonso has the advantage in the count 2-0.
And we've seen it before. JP has battled back from these 2-0 and 3-0 counts. There's no bigger spot than this one right now to battle back from it.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 gone, and Williams will step off the rubber. Suns trying to tie it or take the lead. Dogs trying to leave their 8th runner on base in the first 3 innings of this game. Can only leave 9. The 2-0 to Alonso. Catches the inside corner for a strike, and the count is 2-1 on the 8-hole hitting right fielder. Suns still in search of the 1 big hit they need to tie this game or take the lead.
And that was the storylines from Game 1 and 2. Dogs unable to get it in Game 1, Suns unable to get it in Game 2.
Alonso, did he check his swing? Yes, he did. Second time in a row that Alonso, second time in 3 pitches that is, that he's able to hold up on his swing. And Alonso now has the advantage, 3 balls and a strike.
And this one's getting chippy early as Shaw barking at the first base umpire about to check swing. And now Jim Newland also barking as we're going to play some baseball here, a 3-1 count. JP comes set.
3 balls, 1 strike to Al Alonso. The 3-1 pitch is a chopper foul down the third base line. So yet again, it'll be bases loaded, 2 outs, and a full count. This time to Alan Alonso, who singled his first time up. Williams got back-to-back strikeouts in the second in this scenario. Had the bases loaded with 1 out, got KK. Here, bases loaded, 1 out, got a strikeout. Can he get another one? Be his 4th bases loaded strikeout. He won't get it. Tie ball game. Alan Alonso draws the bases-loaded walk. Braden Sisson scores, and we are back to a level playing field in DeLand. We're tied at 1 on an RBI walk from Alan Alonso.
Well, the free passes killed JP in this inning. A hit by pitch, 2 in a row. Then he got the 2-out strikeout, or he got the 1-out strikeout to make it 2 outs. Then the free pass walks in a run. So that's not characteristic from JP. As mentioned, he only issued 6 walks in the entire regular season. That was through a whopping 27 innings. So a rare night here from JP, as Jim Newland out to talk to him, just settle him down and say, hey, go back to what you've been doing. Your defense has had you all season long, and why not let them hit it here as well?
But this is the portion where you now have to start examining the bullpen if you're the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, because J.P. Williams is already at 66 pitches through 2 2/3 innings, mostly because he's getting deep into counts, a lot of 2-2, 3-2, 3-1, and it's quickly running the pitch count up, so the Diamond Dogs may have to go to the bullpen a little earlier than they may want, unless Williams is able to severely settle down in the next couple of innings. First pitch to Wade Stouse is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Count starts on Stouse, 0-1.
And that's just the way JP needed to start this at-bat, pumping in a strike there. Now he has the advantage, no matter how small it may be.
No balls, 1 strike is the count on Wade Stouse. Williams ready, deals the 0-1. Stouse fouls it off down the left side, and will do it again. Now a no ball, 2 strike count to Stouse. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Stouse. Suns and Dogs tied at 1, bottom 3. The 0-2 to Stouse in the dirt. He thought about offering at it, thought better of it. Count 1-2, as this will be the 70th pitch of the game for J.P. Williams. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded for DeLand. An RBI walk from Alonso has it tied at 1. The 1-2 delivery. Stouse fouls it off down the left side. It'll get way up and out of play. A big league fly ball that will wind up in the parking lot, and we'll do another 1-2 delivery to Stouse.
I'm looking for that big breaking ball from JP coming back door here. That one looked like a fastball they fouled off. Let's see if he can decide whether or not to swing on this curveball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Stouse. The 1-2 delivery is off the plate low and outside, and the count evens on the Southeast Missouri catcher in Stouse at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should Stouse reach, it would be Nick DeTringo next. If Stouse does not reach, DeTringo will lead off the top of the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, deuces wild to the left-handed hitting catcher in Stouse. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and Williams gets out of the 3rd with minimal damage, but damage done. The Suns get the run back as we've played the first 3 in the decisive Game 3 of the Florida League Championship Series. It's DeLand 1, Winter Park 1, as you're watching the Florida League Championship Series on Facebook Live. Top of the fourth inning in a 1-1 ball game between Winter Park and DeLand. Jesus Valois has thrown a pretty efficient 38 pitches through 3 innings, but has to deal with a 1-1 ball game. First pitch to Christian Rivera. Misses low and outside for a ball. 1-0, where J.P. Williams at 72 pitches through 3 innings. Which means unless he severely settles down, he'll be lucky to get through 5. 1 ball, no strikes from Valois. He deals the 1-0 pitch, a foul ball. Off the bat of Christian Rivera, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the Dogs need to start making Valois labor a little bit. As mentioned, 38 pitches through 3 innings. That's pretty good. That's just over 10 an inning.
Valois will shake his head, go into the motion now. Gets what he wants as the 1-1 pitch from Valois. Catches the outside corner for a strike on Rivera. And Jesus Valois ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Rivera, Brophy, Sequeira, 6, 7, and 8 in the Winter Park order. As the 1-2 delivery from Valois is a blooper into shallow left. Back is the shortstop Kyle Ball. He makes the play. I think that one hung up a little bit longer than anyone expected and gave Ball ample opportunity to camp underneath it. There's 1 gone in the 4th inning for the first baseman, Brooks Brophy.
And Brophy, after his last at-bat, he's now batting .250 in the playoffs. He's just 1 for 4. Had a couple nice line drives to shortstop and second base in his first game. Only got 1 hit, though.
First pitch of the at-bat from Valois to Brophy. Floats high for a ball, 1-0 to the first baseman. Valois has faced more than the minimum every inning. 6 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third is the 1-0 pitch from Valois. Bouncing ball up the middle. Sliding stop made by Jordan Blanton. Man, I love watching that kid play. Throw to first in time, and there's 2 gone. Jordan Blanton made that look real easy as he slid to make the stop. Came up with it in one fluid motion, threw it to Joe Burke, and there's 2 gone in the 4th for Abraham Sequeira.
And Abraham Sequeira had that double back in the 2nd inning with 1 out, as he doubled all of just 2 times in the regular season, so a good spot there for a double. See if he can get another 2-bagger or more here.
Brings up Sequeira, as you mentioned, who doubled but was left there, as Valois' first pitch low and outside for a ball after Dvorak popped out and Scott hit a line drive right at Kyle Ball. 1 ball, no strikes as Valois winds into the motion. He deals his 1-0 pitch. That one is lifted pretty well into right field. Alan Alonso on the sprint. He will make the catch into the slide. Alan Alonso had to go straight back into a sprint. Slid as he made the catch in right, and the inning is over as for the first time today, Jesus Valois works a 1-2-3 inning for the DeLand Suns, and he's thrown 46 pitches through 4 innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. With your score, it's the DeLand Suns and the Winter Park Diamond Dogs tied at 1. Bottom of the 4th inning. DeLand 1, Winter Park 1. From Melching Field in beautiful DeLand, Florida on the final day of the 2018 Florida League season. It's win and go home, lose and go home for everybody tonight. As J.P. Williams trying to get an efficient inning as his first pitch to the top of the order, and Nick DeTringo is taken for a strike in the inner half 0-1. As Valoy for the Suns has been very efficient. 46 pitches in 4 innings. Williams has not been. 73 pitches in just over 3. The 0-1 pitch bounces in for a ball to DeTringo, and the count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one to DeTringo, who's 0 for 2 in this ball game. He grounded out in the first and struck out in the second as the 1-1 delivery to him. Misses outside for a ball, and DeTringo now ahead in the count, 2-1.
And 2 arms for the bullpen are stirring in the dugout. Looks like they'll head down to start at least getting loose. It's going to be Turner Scruggs and Gage Warren.
2 balls, 1 strike on DeTringo. The 2-1 pitch is right back up the middle. That's going to be through for a base hit. J.P. Williams probably had the best chance at that one. Came right back up the middle, but couldn't get any body part on it. And it got in between Rivera and Scott up the middle. DeTringo is aboard for the first time today on a single. And the Suns have the go-ahead run on first, nobody out, for the ever-dangerous Scout McFalls. And I might have an idea of what Scout McFalls might try here.
Yep, we're looking for a bunt up here in the booth with the first leadoff single of the day. The Dogs had a leadoff walk to begin the game, but the first leadoff base hit results in DeTringo out there. We'll see if McFalls does go to the bunt. We've seen it at least once already in this series.
Especially with Brophy playing first. He did play first in high school, but it's not his position that he's played all fall or position that he's played all summer. So if you send one down to Brophy, you might be able to get on base if you are Scout McFalls. He will indeed show bunt, but kind of tipped his hand there a little bit as the pitch came low and outside. That being said, I think everyone knows the hand that Scout McFalls has. Sakara was already playing in at third, but if McFalls does what he's done all year, it's not where he's trying to bunt the baseball. He's trying to put it down the first base line on the push bunt. 1 ball, no strikes on McFalls. McFalls will bounce it towards the second baseman, flip to the bag in time, turn to first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. Bounced into by Scout McFalls, and the efficiency that J.P. Williams needed comes into play as he gets DeTringo off the base paths, retires McFalls. There's 2 away for Matthew Mulkey.
And that's a turning point right there. As we saw, McFalls wanted a bunt, couldn't get it down on a pitch. Then he got the green light to swing away instead and ended up rolling into a double play. A huge out for JP.
So it brings up Matt Mulkey. He singled in the first inning but was left on third and then flew out to right to start the third as Mulkey takes a pitch low and outside for a ball. Count starts 1-0 on the 3-hole hitting center fielder as this will be pitch number 80 on the game for J.P. Williams as the 1-0 delivery taken at the knees by Matt Mulkey for a strike, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count as Williams will work from the stretch with nobody aboard. The 1-1 delivery. Mulkey fouls it off down the left side. It'll trickle towards the DeLand dugout as Chris Burgess almost kills himself trying to get the baseball as he tried to lean over the top railing. Then he got stuck. His teammates had to basically pry him out from the net.
He was about to fall face first if they didn't do that, though.
1-2 pitch. Mulkey sends it pretty deep into right field. That ball will be over the head of Graham Dvorak. Dvorak misplays it in right. Now he can't pick it up in right. Mulkey will dig for third. He is going to be in sliding. Now the throw comes in late, and Matthew Mulkey is on third base with 2 outs for Braden Sisson. It's a triple for Matt Mulkey as Dvorak got a poor jump on it in right, then couldn't pick it up cleanly. But Mulkey is aboard with a triple, his second hit of the game, and the Suns have the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
A bad jump by Dvorak. It looked like he started jogging and realized, wow, I really got to get on my horse for this one. And by the time he realized that, it was too late as they're going to send Sisson over towards first.
I don't think I would do that with Blanton behind him.
It doesn't look like they're going to.
They're going to
appeal.
Appeal to first. No. Trying to say that. Part of me almost wonders if that was just done out of spite. That was after yesterday with a double being taken off the board because of a runner missing first. I almost wonder if that was just done completely out of spite by the Diamond Dogs.
And what's interesting is the home plate umpire made the call this time. Last time it was the first base umpire.
First pitch of the at-bat to Braden Sisson. Misses low and outside for a ball, 1-0. As this will be pitch number 84 on the game for J.P. Williams through 3 2/3 innings. Mulkey on third, 2 gone. The 1-0 pitch to Sisson. That's down Broadway for a strike. Count runs even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 to Sisson, who's 2 for 2 today and has the only Sun run scored. It happened in the third. He will bloop one into center on a 1-1 pitch. That will drop in. Braden Sisson gives the Suns the lead. Sisson digs for second. He's in sliding. And for the first time in Game 3, the DeLand Suns lead it 2-1 on an RBI double from Braden Sisson. Braden Sisson just plunks it in front of the diving glove of Tyler Osick on what was an excellent attempt from Osick. But once he dove and it got past him, it was an easy second base for Sisson, and the DeLand Suns have the lead for the first time in Game 3. Suns lead it 2-1 as it'll be another mound visit, and part of me wonders if this is just a buy-time mound visit because Williams gives up another hit or two, it may be time to go to the pen.
They're going to let him ride out to 100 pitches, the Diamond Dog bullpen, needing to save everything they've got for the last 4 innings of work. It seems like this will be the last inning for JP, so it looks like it's going to be Turner Scruggs next up out of the bullpen as the Diamond Dogs need to do something. Graham Dvorak needs to make up for that jump he misplayed out there in right field. He leads it off. He's got a chance to do so, and then the top of the order for the Dogs will be due up after that.
Blanton trying to extend the lead for DeLand with Sisson standing on second. Big hole through the left side of the infield for now with Rivera tending the bag against Jordan Blanton. Suns with 8 hits on the game. They've doubled up Winter Park in the hit column and doubled them up in the run column. 2-1 DeLand, bottom of the 4th inning. J.P. Williams set from his chin, deals the first pitch. Blanton takes it at the knees for a strike and finds himself down in the count 0-1. Suns trying to extend this lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead the Diamond Dogs 2-1. Coming set from the stretch is J.P. Williams. The 0-1 delivery, a breaking ball misses low and outside, and the count runs even on Blanton, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sisson, not the fastest runner, but not slow either. He would score on anything that isn't a laser beam right at an outfielder. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Blanton, who does run very, very well. Should come into play on something in the infield. The 1-1 from Williams, in the dirt for a ball, and the count on Jordan Blanton runs to 2-1. Nine, 1-2, Dvorak, Scott, Robertson in the top of the 5th inning for the Dogs. We'll have to play from behind, but that's nothing new for Winter Park. The 2-1 delivery. Blanton hits a high chopper back up the middle. Scott charges, gloves throw to first in time. Just able to get Blanton at the bag, and the inning is over. But back-to-back extra base hits for the Suns. Mulkey's triple, Sisson's double, and the Suns, for the first time today, lead it. We've played 4 from DeLand. It's the Suns 2, the Diamond Dogs 1, as you're watching the Florida League Championship Series on Facebook Live. Graham Dvorak leads things off in the top of the fifth inning against Jesus Floyd of the DeLand Suns, who has worked 3 scoreless innings since allowing 1 to cross in the top of the first inning. First pitch of the inning from Valoy comes low and inside for a ball. It's 1-0.
And we saw yesterday, Graham Dvorak really was able to work a lot of deep counts. 3 of his 4 at-bats, he battled into a full count.
1-0 pitch from Jesus Valoy is a slow roller towards Kyle Ball. He'll collect it, then bobble it. I think Ball played that a little too nonchalantly, and Dvorak is aboard on an error. So Winter Park has the tying run back on base. Here in inning number 5, Dvorak reaches on an error to bring up Robert Scott.
And that is the top of the lineup for the Dogs, and Robbie Scott, who hit a ball hard straight to the shortstop. You just got to realign that and maybe find a gap, and you'd have another extra base hit. Was tied for the team lead in the regular season with 7 doubles.
So bring up the top of the order. Scott walked in the first, hit a ball pretty well, but right at Kyle Ball in the second. Lefty versus righty as Valoy set above his belt. He checks the runner and deals the first pitch. A bunt is fouled off by Robert Scott, and the count starts 0-1.
Well, there we go. We saw it twice already today, where in the first time we saw it, the Suns were unable to lay down that sacrifice bunt. Here the Diamond Dogs aren't able to do it as well. We'll see if they stick with the bunt this time or if they switch it up like the Suns did earlier in the game.
Big chance here with the top of the order at the plate for the Dogs. No balls and a strike. Valoy will just loop one over to Joe Burke at first base. Graham Dvorak obviously back in there as he did not have a big lead off of first.
And pitchers will do that. They'll have 3 moves. They'll have just a kind of nonchalant move, a decent move, and then their best move. That was clearly not Valoy's best move.
No balls, 1 strike from Valoy ahead of Scott. He deals the 0-1 pitch. That one catches the outside corner for a strike, and Valoy gets ahead of Scott. No balls and 2 strikes.
And Scott will most likely be swinging away here. As 0-2, you would rarely see a bunt.
51st pitch of the outing from Jesus Valoy as he checks the runner at first base ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 line foul down the right side. He'll get into the right field parking lot here at Melching Field, and we'll do another 1-2 delivery to Robert Scott.
And Scott was waiting on it. I think that might have been his pitch. Either that or he just did a real good job of sitting back and fighting off anything he saw.
No balls, 2 strikes on Scott. As set from the stretch, Valoy, and he'll throw another nonchalant throw over to first base. Joe Burke will creep up off the bag to receive it, and we'll do another 0-2 delivery to Scott. Suns hanging on to a 2-1 lead, top of the 5th inning from Melching Field. The 0-2 pitch from Valoy. Upstairs as he hung that one, Scott decided not to hack at it, and the count runs to 1-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Suns. Burke, Ball, and Alonso. Valoy trying to maintain a DeLand lead, and he will again throw over to first base. I think that was a move and then a flip to see if the runner was going first move, realized he wasn't, and then flip it over to first base.
Yeah, you still got to make, if you're going to do that move, you have to actually throw it or else it's a balk. But, yeah, he hasn't shown his best move at all to Graham Dvorak, who still doesn't have that big of a lead. Small
lead for Dvorak as time is called before Valoy went into his motion. He stopped his motion. That's because the umpire called time. And the count on Robert Scott still going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes with no pitch delivered.
It's an interesting at-bat here.
Set from the stretch yet again, Valoy. The 1-2 delivery is swung on and missed for strike 3. Ahead to second base goes Scott. First base occupied, so Scott is out. But Dvorak will go to second, so score that a strikeout and a wild pitch. That puts the tying run in scoring position with 1 out here in the 5th for Chandler Robertson.
And that is pretty big, moving the runner just 180 feet away, halfway to home to tie the game. And Robertson likes to go to that left side. He did it a lot in the regular season. As a lefty, you don't really see a whole lot of guys go opposite field, but Robertson likes to go there. He loves that left field line. We'll see if he decides to go there or if he'll try and pull it to score Dvorak.
So Valoy gets the first out of the inning, but it essentially is a sacrifice strikeout by Scott to get the runner ahead to second. First pitch of the at-bat from Valoy. Gassed up the fastball that time outside for a ball. Count on Chandler Robertson is 1-0.
And they ended up achieving what they ultimately wanted to do. They sent Scott up there bunting at the first pitch, and he ended up fouling that one off, so it ended up still being a sacrifice.
although not one that will show up in the box score. 1 ball, no strikes on Robertson, who's 0 for 1 today, as Valois will pause to adjust his shoe top and his pant leg. Middle infield, tending to the runner. Playing up the middle against Robertson. Now they'll shift a little bit further back towards their normal positions. A lefty-on-lefty matchup. Dancing off the bag at second is Dvorak. The 1-0 pitch, a sky-high pop-up that Kyle Ball will try to locate in the lights. He gets underneath it and makes the catch at cap height. Robertson put down on a pop-out, and there's 2 gone in the 5th inning to bring up the ever-dangerous Tyler Osick.
And Osick had a hard hit ball through the left side. A nice hard single. Only 1 bag for him. He's used to having a little bit more than just 1 bag, but we'll see. A hit here could score that run at second base. I'd have to imagine Shaw might be aggressive. He does have the 4 and 5 hitters behind Osick, though, so we'll see.
Osick and Jones, the 3 and 4 hitters, 3 for 4 today, combined. Behind him, Corte and Rivera, 0 for 4. 3 of the 4 hits have come from 3 and 4, but Valois gets a swing and a miss from Osick on a low and inside delivery. Count starts at no balls and a strike against the center fielder Osick, and this would be a big inning to get if you're Jesus Valois to get the top 3 hitters in the Winter Park order and then send your offense back up. Burke, Ball, Alonso have reached 4 times today on 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a single from Alan Alonso. No balls and a strike. Valois to Osick. His 0-1 delivery, high and outside for a ball. Floated it in that time. It can't find the zone. And the count is even on Osick. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1 Suns over the Diamond Dogs. Top of the 5th inning from Melching Field. Tying run for Winter Park stands on second in the person of Graham Dvorak. The 1-1 delivery from Valois paints the outside corner for a strike, and he gets ahead in the count 1-2. 59th pitch of the outing coming from Jesus Valois, trying to get through 5 and under 60 pitches. Set from the stretch, Valois trying to get out of the inning with no harm done. The 1-2 pitch is a slow roller towards third. Tough play for DeTringo. Grabs it, throw to first in time. Nick DeTringo makes the defensive play, and the inning is over here in the 5th. The DeLand Suns maintain their 2-1 lead, heading to the bottom of the 5th inning where it'll be Burke, Ball, and Alonso for the Suns. Bottom of the 5th inning, Burke, Ball, and Alonso for the DeLand Suns, who lead the Winter Park Diamond Dogs by a score of 2-1 as the first pitch comes low and inside for a ball. As J.P. Williams will remain on the bump. That was his 90th pitch. The 91st comes low and inside. Did he go around? No. And Burke now ahead in the count, 2-0.
And Scruggs is getting loose in the bullpen out there.
Certainly would hope so. Williams at 91.
You might see 1, 2, 3 at most batters left.
I think is the 2-0 pitch right down Broadway for a strike 2-1. I think what you said earlier is essentially going to be the deal for J.P. Williams. They're going to get him to 100, and then they're going to take him out of the game. There's no reason to stretch your bullpen any further than you absolutely have to, as Burke takes a pitch below the knees, 3 balls and a strike. Through 4 innings for J.P. Williams, 4 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 2 runs both earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He's behind Joe Burke, 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch on the outer half for a strike, and the count fills on Burke 3-2, as this will be pitch number 95 for J.P. Williams. The 3-2 pitch to Burke, low ball 4, and the Suns have the leadoff runner aboard for the 2nd inning in a row. DeTringo reached on a single in the 4th inning, but was immediately put out on the Scout McFalls double play, as that'll bring up Kyle Ball, and with Ball struggles at the plate, you wonder if he will lay down a bunt here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Williams is at 95 pitches, so he can throw 4 to this batter and still face Alan Alonso behind him. But we'll see what Kyle Ball does, as quickly stepping off the rubber is J.P. Williams.
And last time this happened, the Suns got the leadoff man on a double play. See if he can dial up here.
Ball will try to show bunt. He fouls it off. So the count on Kyle Ball will start 0-1. As Alan Alonso in the on-deck circle, Wade Stouse would follow him. Alonso with an RBI walk in the 3rd and a single in the 2nd. Been on base twice today. The bottom of the order, the bottom 3 guys have been on base 4 times. Also struck out twice. No balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch comes inside on Kyle Ball, and the count runs even, 1 ball and 1 strike, as that was pitch 97 for J.P. Williams.
So to face another one, he has to get him out on one of the next 2 pitches.
Exactly right. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ball, the 1-1 pitch. He's going to have that chance as he gets ahead of Kyle Ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Stetson shortstop. This will be pitch number 99 for J.P. Williams. If he doesn't get an out on this pitch, then this will be it. The 1-2 delivery, a breaking ball, slapped foul, so this will be the last batter faced by J.P. Williams in this game, as Ball still down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, as this will be pitch number 100 for J.P. Williams.
And it's still a big pitch here, as he could get a double play ball or just a strikeout.
The 1-2 delivery, high and outside for a ball, and the count on Kyle Ball evens itself, 2 balls and 2 strikes, as that puts Williams at 100.
And as we labor in this game, there is some action now in the Suns bullpen as well.
Andrew Smith appears to be warming up. The 2-2 pitch is slapped foul off the bat of Kyle Ball, so he keeps the at-bat alive, as this will be pitch number 102 on the game for J.P. Williams. This will be it. Turner Scruggs appears to be ready for the Dogs. The 2-2 pitch coming to Kyle Ball is back up the middle, a base hit. Rounding second is Burke. He will now take off for third as it's bobbled in center. The throw to third will not be in time. Now it gets away towards the dugout, but well backed up by J.P. Williams. So the Suns will have runners on second and third, score that a single and an E8, and the Suns are in business here in the 5th, but they'll have to do it. They'll have to get the run in against a new pitcher for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. J.P. Williams battled his way through 4 innings, and he has Winter Park in this ball game. It's 2-1 Suns, 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Turner Scruggs will be tasked with stopping the bleeding for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, and he comes in a very difficult spot. Second and third, nobody out, against the bottom two hitters in the order, Alonzo and Stouse. First pitch is a wild pitch coming in from third base. The flip will not be in time. A wild pitch will score Joe Burke, and the Suns lead it 3-1.
That's exactly what you do not do on the first pitch you throw in a relief outing, as that one gets by the catcher. But Scruggs, he'll settle himself down out there on the mound, and he'll collect himself and fire this next one right down the pipe.
Scruggs has pitched twice in the postseason. He tossed a one-run inning, which in that game against the Scorpions to allow one run in an inning is a victory. As the 1-0 delivery is a line drive that is going to be bobbled at third, but the throw across the diamond is in time. A nice play made by Sequeira. Took that one off his shoe tops, was able to hold ball at third. So Alonzo put on the ground out. There's one away for Stouse. With that said, he allowed just the one run in an inning against the Scorpions. And then in Game 3 against Leesburg, through 3 1/3 innings, allowed 5 runs all earned on only 3 hits, but he did walk 3 and struck out 1 as the infield comes in for the Dogs to face Wade Stouse.
And that was big with the infield in. Sequeira was already up, and he just a phenomenal play from him.
Stouse fouls it off on the first pitch. He's down on the count, no balls and a strike on Turner Scruggs. Scruggs, a 12.46 playoff ERA, a 7.36 summer ERA, all told 8.20 for the entirety of his time with the Diamond Dogs. As the 0-1 delivery comes way high and outside, Corte has to jump out of his crouch to keep it in front of him, and the count is 1-1. During the regular season, 22 innings pitched, 23 walks, 23 hits, 18 Ks for Scruggs, 2-2 on the season with a whip of 2.09. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Stouse. Big swing and a miss on the 1-1 delivery, and the count now 1-2 on the 9-hole hitting catcher who has singled and struck out today.
And Scruggs 1 pitch away from allowing the infield to retreat a little bit as they are up in that grass, and if you can get the out here on a strikeout, you can send everyone back to their normal spots with 2 down.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Stouse. Scruggs looking to get the punch out. Here's 1-2 to Stouse, low and outside for a ball, and the count even on the catcher, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 6th for Winter Park, Jones, Corte, and Rivera. So stepping into the left-hand batter's box is Wade Stouse, ready for the 2-2 from the righty Turner Scruggs. The 2-2 pitch, outside for a ball, and the count now 3-2 on the DeLand catcher with Nick DeTringo waiting the on-deck circle for the Suns. Bottom of the 5th inning of the decisive Game 3 in the Florida League Championship Series. Suns lead the Diamond Dogs 3-1. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, a big strikeout by Turner Scruggs. He's gotten both of the first 2 batters he's faced, but did allow a run on the Burke Wild pitch. So with a runner on third and 2 away, here comes the 1-for-3, Nick DeTringo.
And DeTringo is due in this one. He's 0-for-3 thus far, bounced into he is 1-for-3. He singled and then was erased on the double play in the 4th. The man behind him in McFalls is 0-for-3 with that double play ball.
First pitch of the at-bat taken low by Nick DeTringo for a ball, 1-0. The Suns today have left 9 runners on base. 5 of them have been in scoring position. If they leave ball on, it would be 6 of 10. As the 1-0 pitch to DeTringo, it's a sky-high pop-up that Scott will get underneath. Scott will make the catch, and Scruggs evades major damage here in the 5th inning. But a wild pitch allows Joe Burke to score. And going to the top of the 6th inning from Melching Field, it's the DeLand Suns 3 and the Winter Park Diamond Dogs 1 as you're watching Florida League Baseball in the Florida League Championship Series on Facebook Live. The Suns with some insurance. They lead it 3-1 over the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, but here comes the heart of the order. Jones, Corte, Rivera, and Jones has had the number of Jesus Valois in this game. He's 2 for 2, including the lone RBI in this game for the Diamond Dogs. Ryan Murphy, Ken Landis, 4 innings at least of baseball left as Valois misses low and outside for a ball, and the count starts 1-0 on the cleanup hitting DH, Cale Jones.
And the Dogs got to be patient up there, wait for their pitch. He's had some quick innings there from Valois. We'll see if they can labor him out here.
1-0 pitch, low again as Valois has gone low on back-to-back pitches, and Jones gets ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
And Jones might see a good pitch here, but I'd recommend taking until you see a strike.
2-1 pitch from Jesus Valois. He does not, he swings and misses, and Valois chips his way back into the count on Cale Jones. It's 2-1.
Looked like a 2-0 breaking ball there. A nice move from Valois, thinking that Cale Jones would swing at it, and indeed he did.
2 balls, 1 strike the count on Jones as Valois winds into the motion. He deals the 2-1 pitch. It is a line drive foul down the right field side. Joe Burke gave a little jump at it, but it sailed over his head and into the foul corner. And Valois, after being down 2 balls, no strikes, has evened it at 2.
And Jones 2 for 2, 2 singles, looking for a third. That would be huge here to lead off the inning for the Diamond Dogs. This is the first time they've led off with the 4-hitter in this game.
Jones both time had 1 out in the inning when he singled. Trying to do it here to start an inning. Won't do it on that pitch, but he takes the pitch up and away for a ball. Count full on Cale Jones, trying to reach for the 3rd time tonight to put the tying run at the plate in the person of Jeff Corte.
And this is exactly the at-bat the Dogs need to have. They need to replicate this.
The 3-2 from Valois is a ground ball to Jordan Blanton at second. He collects the slow roller, plenty of time on to first, and Jones put out. So you got a couple pitches up on Valois, but he gets the desired result. There's 1 away here in the 6th inning for the catcher, Jeff Corte.
And I've been waiting for him to break out in this one so far. 0 for 2. He bounced into a double play and a ground ball to the pitcher, so he didn't see the ball very well in either of his first 2 at-bats. But his big 3-run Little League inside the Parker came in his 3rd at-bat.
First pitch of the at-bat from Valois. Tries to drop it into the zone. It misses low for a ball, 1-0. Corte followed by Rivera here in the 6th inning. There's been at least 1 run in 4 of the 5 innings of this game. In fact, there has been 1 run in 4 of the 5 innings of this game. 1 in the 1st for Park, and 1 in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th for the Suns as the 1-0 pitch misses again to Jeff Corte. And Valois laboring a little bit here in inning number 6 as the count 2 balls, no strikes.
And they had some action in the bullpen. Not sure where it went, but there is no action now in the Suns' pen.
2-0 pitch coming from Jesus Valois. Another pop-up. Nick DeTringo will come in. It's going to be in foul ground. DeTringo finds it and makes the catch. And Jeff Corte put out on the pop-out. There's 2 gone here in inning number 6 for the shortstop in Christian Rivera. Two gone for Rivera, who's 0 for 2 today. Remember, the Suns led after 6 yesterday. But Winter Park came back and won the ball game. Suns led 4-3 in the 6th. 4 runs in the back third of this game won it for Winter Park. First pitch of the at-bat from Valois, swung on and missed by Rivera, and the count starts 0-1.
Rivera 0 for 2 so far, looking to get on in any way possible here in an attempt to extend this inning.
No balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch from Valois right down Broadway for a strike, and the Miami-Dade Shark now ahead in the count 0-2. Pitch number 71 on the game here for Jesus Valois. He winds into motion. The 0-2 pitch from Valois is just tapped foul by Rivera. He was beaten on that pitch, but put a great swing on it to keep the at-bat alive. Rivera trying to get the tying run to the plate for the Diamond Dogs. Valois gets the sign he wants from Wade Stouse as the 0-2 delivery is a swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. Jesus Valois has retired 6 straight, and it's the top 6 hitters in the Winter Park order. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning from DeLand. Suns 3, Dogs 1. McFalls, Mulkey, Sisson, 2, 3, 4 in the order for the DeLand Suns to face Turner Scruggs and try to extend this lead, as we've seen it time after time with the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. They are the scrappiest team and the hardest team to put away in this league. 9 outs, 2 runs, not going to be a problem for this team. You have to be able to extend this lead even further. First pitch from Scruggs misses low to Scout McFalls, 0-1. McFalls is 0 for 3 on the day with a couple of ground outs, one of them being a double play ball and a strikeout. 1 ball, no strikes to count the 1-0 pitch. McFalls takes another one outside for ball 2. Count now 2 balls and no strikes on the DeLand left fielder. McFalls out of Winthrop University. He's been a linchpin in the lineup all year long, and he takes another pitch outside from Scruggs. 3-0, and you got to think here McFalls is going to swing if the pitch comes in at roughly 42 miles an hour, and the ball is a beach ball.
You might as well set up a lawn chair in that box.
The 3-0 delivery. He might as well. Takes a pitch high and outside, so one of the better runners in the DeLand lineup is aboard on the base on balls. McFalls is up on first for Matthew Mulkey.
And when you're down 3-1 in the late goings, you can't walk the leadoff batter on 4 pitches. You got to at least be competitive up there. Make him hit a ball. Maybe he'll get roll over on it, and maybe even a fly out. Just make him hit it. You got to make these guys earn it instead of giving them free passes.
So Mulkey will dig in. We'll see if the Suns try to lay down a bunt here with Matt Mulkey, who does run extremely well. They do, and the ball comes over Mulkey's head. A wild pitch from Scruggs, and McFalls moves up to second. So exactly what the Suns wanted. They get the runner to second, and now they can let a very good hitter in Matt Mulkey swing away. He has had his best game of the playoffs during this series. He's had his best game of the playoffs during this game. He's 2 for 3, had a big 4th-inning triple that helped the Suns take a 2-1 lead, also singled back in the first inning, and if he gets his 3rd hit of the game here, he could give the Suns a 3-run advantage. The 1-0 pitch to Matt Mulkey. He lifts it high into right field. Graham Dvorak will settle underneath it in right. He will make the kill, drop it. Dvorak dropped it in right. McFalls will be at center around third. Now they will hold him at third. Dvorak drops it in right. They'll hold McFalls at third, and Mulkey is aboard on the E9. Graham Dvorak just flat dropped it in right field. Time is called as Mulkey will go give his accoutrements to first base coach Jason Umberger, and the Suns with an opportunity to take a 3 or 4 run lead with the hottest hitter in their lineup at least tonight in Braden Sisson.
Well, that's what happens when you lead off with a walk. Your guys get flat out there on 4 pitches, and then Dvorak just looked like he kept drifting for that one. Drifted, still drifted. End up, as an outfielder, you're supposed to sprint to the spot, camp under it, and then maybe take a step or 2 right or left if you have to adjust. But Dvorak just kept drifting and lost it off the top of his glove. Now 2 men in scoring position. You got the infield in with nobody out.
You see it more with infielders. They try to turn the double play before they have the ball. As Sisson takes a pitch low for ball 1, 1-0. That was essentially, I think, what Dvorak tried to do is he tried to throw it before he ever corralled it. So second and third, nobody out. Braden Sisson at the plate with a chance to extend the DeLand lead. Set from the stretch, and the pitch to Sisson. Line drive, right field, base hit. 1 run will score. Being sent around third is Matt Mulkey. The throw will come to the plate. It's cut off. And a 2-run single by Braden Sisson. He is 4 for 4 in Game 3, and the Suns lead it 5-1.
And this one's getting out of hand quick. Somebody's got to get something stopped here if you're the Diamond Dogs, and it doesn't seem like they can stop the bleeding.
We have been at this ballpark for 2 months, and I think I can say with confidence that might have been the loudest this park has been since Stetson won a regional here back in late May. Turner Scruggs will be settled down by the pitching coach as right-handed action is up in the pen for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. It is 5-1 Suns, but again, I'll say it and I'll say it again, this is not over. This is a Winter Park team that has had their back against the wall so much they're getting their mail forwarded to that wall. They have battled back. They were down big to Leesburg, came back. Were 7 outs away from going home yesterday, came back. Played that ungodly 20-17 game against Seminole County, came back. This is a Winter Park team that likes playing from behind. They like being the underdog. They like having to scrap. They have 9 outs to get 4-5 runs on the board. They've got plenty of time, but that being said, as we're having some very, very angry conversation here, and that'd be the pitching coach, Jim Newland, I believe, that is very, very animated, and see if he is somehow heading back. I think he may have been very upset at something, but he does stay in the ball game as Jordan Blanton will step in. But again, this game is far from over. 9 outs is an eternity in the sport of baseball. So if you're the DeLand Suns, honestly, if you're the Suns here, you'd love to put up 6 more and put yourself 6 outs closer to the championship by just needing 3 in the 7th inning. That is still a long way away from that as a breaking ball misses low to Jordan Blanton, 1-0.
And for the Dogs, their key to the comeback is to put out the fire here and get to the bullpen of the Suns that is very, very diminished. And we'll see if they are able to do that with the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up next inning.
1-0 pitch. Blanton will club one deep into the left center field gap. That is going to be down and all the way to the wall. Jordan Blanton will have extra bases. Braden Sisson turns around first. The throw will come to the plate. Not in time. It's an RBI double for Jordan Blanton, and it's 6-1 Suns here in the 6th. What a championship series that Jordan Blanton has had. He has been stellar defensively. He is now been on base twice today for the DeLand Suns, who lead it 6-1, and that'll be the end of the day for Turner Scruggs. We'll tell you more about the new arm for the Dogs when we come back. Maxwell Clark will be the new pitcher for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Jordan Blanton stands on second with nobody out as the first pitch is going to go all the way to the backstop as Clark could not find his release point on that one. So after the Jordan Blanton RBI double, he's ahead to third. Runner on third, nobody out, with the Suns leading it 6-1. Joe Burke has reached base twice. He's only put the ball in play once. Ground out, hit by pitch, and a walk. Clark deals his 1-0 pitch. That one is off the glove again. Blanton breaking for the plate. He will slide in. Jordan Blanton scores here in the sixth, and the DeLand lead is 7-1. I'll repeat again. This game is not over, ladies and gentlemen. This Winter Park team has battled back time and time again. Don't go anywhere because we've still got 3 more innings of championship baseball to play. Now, 2 balls, no strikes from Clark, but now it's a blank slate. Nobody on base. He can come back as he misses high on that one to Joe Burke, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes.
You got to make him earn it, though. I mean, no outs, you throw 2 pitches over your catcher. Runner advances 90 feet on each pitch, so I don't know.
The 3-0 pitch, high and inside, ball 4. Joe Burke was standing there with his bat somewhere near his ankle. He wasn't swinging. He walks, and that brings up Kyle Ball as the first 5 hitters of the 6th inning have reached for the Suns, who lead the Winter Park Diamond Dogs by a score of 7-1. Thank you. We have easily our biggest audience of the season on Facebook Live. Thank you to all the Suns fans, and thank you to the Winter Park Diamond Dogs fans. We're glad you're tuning in tonight for the broadcast as the first pitch upstairs again from Maxwell Clark to Kyle Ball, and the count starts 1-0.
And if you're Max Clark, you have to finish in front of you. You're leaving everything up a little bit. You're not coming through the motion. You got to get that release point out in front. If he's able to do that, the location over the plate seems fine. It's just everything's elevated. So unless you're pitching to 10 feet tall batters, you got to keep bending over a little bit more and releasing the ball further out in front of you. That'll get that nice backspin on the ball, too. Make the fastball look really nice.
Have a member of the Valois family in the Facebook Live in the chat, and then we say hola. Had the pleasure of actually living with Jesus all summer, and dude's a pleasure to be around. I say that with complete honesty. As the 1-0 delivery comes inside for a ball, but actually catches the inside corner on Kyle, so the count is 1-1. Jesus is a big MLB The Show guy. About a week in, finally pulled out the old PS3, and Valois had a Road to the Show character going pretty much all summer. As into the zone goes Clark on Kyle Ball, and the count is 1-2.
I wish they had the show for Xbox.
I've always been more of a PlayStation guy. I think I was the last person in America to still regularly use a PS2. As the 1-2 pitch, Ball will lift it high and deep, foul down the left field line. And we'll do it again 1-2. I think I was still using a PS3 as of 2013, PS2 as of 2013. I think I was still using a PS2, and then finally got the PS3 about 6 years after everyone else did.
I started out with the PS2, made the switch to Xbox One sometime in high school. That's what all my friends had, so might as well join their party while they're at it.
The 1-2 to Kyle Ball is a breaking ball that snaps into the zone for strike 3, and Maxwell Clark gets his first out of the 6th inning. He'll now face the 8-hole hitter in Alan Alonso.
And there you go. Looks like the release point is dialed up. A nice pitch from Clark to break down and just nick the corner. A perfectly placed breaking ball.
And don't want to just single out Jesus Valois, as we've got family members from a lot of the roster from Winter Park as well, as the first pitch of the at-bat from Clark is high for a ball, 1-0. I see a Sisson, I see a Burke, I see a Ball, I see a Laney, which are the Scout McFalls contingent, who have, I think they might have been on every broadcast all year, and they're always very vocal. We appreciate them. As the 1-0 pitch fouled off by Alan Alonso, 1-1. I see a Mulkey, multiple Burks. We have people from all across the country. We have a Brophy in the chat. We've had a Williams in the chat the last 2 days. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. As the 1-1 delivery, a high breaking ball inside. It's a 2-ball and 1 strike count. And I can especially say to the Suns fans that have been subjected to hearing me all season long, we do sincerely appreciate everybody tuning in all year long. But Still plenty of baseball left as Alan Alonso tried to park that near Spec Martin Stadium out there as he takes a big hack on the 2-1. Cannot connect. The count is 2-2. Top of the 7th inning, Brophy, Sekera, and Dvorak to try to get Winter Park back into this ball game. The 2-2 delivery, high and outside to Alonso for ball 3, and the count fills 3 balls and 2 strikes. 7, 8, 9, Brophy, Sekera, and Dvorak coming up top 7 as the Suns try to get out by out closer to their first Florida League championship in 6 years. They had to score 10 runs to do it last time. The 3-2 delivery, fouled off, a nice at-bat being worked by Alonso, and we'll do it again. Suns beat Leesburg 10-7 the last time they played in a winner-take-all Florida League championship game at Tropicana Field in St. Pete behind a late, I think it was 6th or 7th inning grand slam from Brian Adamets. I believe he was an NC State product that propelled the Suns to a league title. The 3-2 delivery to Alonso is in the dirt for ball 4, so Burke ahead to second. Alonso stands on first, and it brings up Wade Stouse as now there will be a mound visit for these Winter Park Diamond Dogs. And again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If this was another team in the Florida League, even a good team like Sanford or Leesburg, you'd feel comfortable with being up 6 runs. The one team that you look at and say, you know what, maybe not, are the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, but they'll make another pitching change as they will go back to the pen here in the bottom of inning number 6. Suns lead it 7-1. So the new pitcher comes on for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Yet again, first and second, 1 out for Wade Stouse. And the first pitch to him, right over the plate for a strike, 0-1.
And if there's a guy who's playing for something tonight, it's Gage Warren. His grandmother had open heart surgery today.
Jeez.
He was able to come back and be here for this game. You know he is ready to turn the lights out on the Suns.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out to Wade Stouse. The 0-1 pitch. Stouse takes a mighty hack and cannot connect, and the count moves to 0-2.
He was all set to say his goodbyes, turned in his jersey, and he said, hey, keep it just in case you can make it. He said, I might be able to, and here he is in a very big spot.
Plenty on his mind today, but sometimes it's the escape. Get on the baseball field, and you don't have to worry about the problems of the real world. The 0-2 is a high fly ball down the line in left. Robertson ranges over. He will make the catch down the line. Burke will go nowhere, and Stouse flies out for out number 2 into left field. There's 2 gone as the 9th hitter of this 6th inning will come to the plate in the person of Nick DeTringo.
And Robertson had a long way to go for that one. He ended up going as far as you pretty much can. This park almost didn't hold that ball down the left field line as foul territory kind of shrinks as you get down to that line. Robertson, a nice job fleeing over there.
So DeTringo will hit. He is 1 for 4 today, but the only time he was on base, he was erased on a Scout McFalls double play ball. The first pitch of the inning bounces in for a ball. First pitch of the at-bat, I should say. Misses to DeTringo. 1 ball and no strikes. 9 outs to work with for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. They've got to get at least 6 in those 9 innings. That's not unattainable at all. It's 2 runs per inning for this Winter Park team, which is eminently doable. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on DeTringo. The 1-0 pitch comes to the University of Tampa Spartan. He takes it upstairs for a ball, and the count moves to 2-0. And something to be wary of, a very long inning here, so we'll see what that does for Jesus Feloy. He's only at 72 pitches. 2 balls, no strikes, the 2-0 pitch taken high and outside by Nick DeTringo, and the count is 3-0.
And Gage really needs to pump in a strike here. You don't want to walk this guy to get to McFalls, who's still a dangerous hitter. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. That's how this inning started, as we mentioned. Leadoff walks come back to bite, and that's how this inning sees a 4 spot up there.
The 3-0 pitch to DeTringo in the dirt, ball 4. It gets away from the catcher, but no one's moving all that fast. Burke to third, Alonso to second. DeTringo is aboard on a walk, and the 10th hitter of the 6th inning will come to the plate in the person of Scout McFalls. You got to think that Winter Park right now, they're looking at Gage Warren saying, buddy, this is your ball game. We're going to ride you the rest of the way. With respect to Jackson Damon, I think after yesterday, you'd be loath to go to Damon, especially if this game gets closer and into a big spot.
I mean, you also want to save him just in case of anything happening if Warren happens to get injured or, God forbid, something else of that sort happens. You got to keep at least 1 bullet in the chamber.
First pitch to McFalls. Misses low and outside for a ball, 1-0. A 4-run bottom of the 6th inning for the Suns, who have scored 7 unanswered to take a 7-1 lead over the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. 1 ball, no strikes, the count against Scout McFalls. Bases juiced, 2 outs as the 1-0 delivery. McFalls takes a big hat, cannot connect, and the count is even on the left fielder at a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. 7 runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Suns. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for Winter Park. The 1-1 delivery coming to Scout McFalls. Low and inside for a ball, and the Winthrop Eagle retakes the advantage in the count, 2-1. Valoy, more than likely set to come back out for the 7th inning of what has been yet another Jesus Valoy performance. 2 balls, 1 strike on Scout McFalls. The 2-1 delivery. McFalls will put one back up the middle, a base hit. 1 run will score. The 2nd run comes around third. The throw won't come. It's a 2-run single for Scouty McFalls, and the Suns lead it 9-1. Burke and Alonso score on a 2-run single, and the Suns lead it 9-1. DeTringo to third. McFalls stands at first. And Matthew Mulkey will step in, and this is more important than you may realize. If Mulkey can find a gap and score 2 more, then the Suns go from 9 outs away to 3 outs away from being Florida League champions. But again, 3 innings of baseball is a lot. Runners at the corners, first pitch of the at-bat, in the dirt for a ball, count on Mulkey, 1-0. And you think all the way back to the beginning of this inning. Mulkey hit a routine fly ball down the right field line that Dvorak dropped, and that has sparked the Suns to a 6-run bottom of the 6th inning.
And it all started with leadoff walk as well. The walk, and then combine that with the error, and everything has just come undone.
Mulkey trying to get the Suns yet another. 1 ball, no strikes the count. And the 1-0 from Warren. Mulkey will send it into left field, a base hit. That will score 1. Coming around third is DeTringo. The ball is bobbled in left. DeTringo will hold it third. The throw to second is not in time. It's an RBI double from Matthew Mulkey, and the DeLand Suns lead it 10-1. McFalls at third, Mulkey at second, and Braden Sisson with an opportunity to put the Suns up 10 and give Jesus Valois the opportunity to get his 4th complete game of the season to win a Florida League title for DeLand. Sisson is 4 for 4. And I don't make these decisions, but if he drives 2 runs in here, he's your Florida League Championship Series. He's your FLCS MVP. No balls and a strike. The count on Braden Sisson. 2 runners aboard for the DeLand Suns. The 0-1 pitch. Sisson lines it back up the middle. A base hit. 1 run will score. Coming around third base is Mulkey. The throw will be bobbled. It won't even come. It's a 2-run single for Braden Sisson. What a freaking ball game for Braden Sisson. He is 5 for 5 with 5 RBIs, and the Suns are 3 outs away. Suns lead 12-1 here in the 6th. An RBI single from Braden Sisson. 4 straight have reached. As that will bring up Jordan Blanton as the Suns look to continue and give Valois all the ammunition he needs. Set from the stretch is Gage Warren. His first pitch is in the zone for a strike, 0-1 to Blanton as the 13th hitter of the 6th inning. No balls, 1 strike the count as the 0-1 delivery high and outside for a ball, 1-1. And if the Suns win this game in the top of the 7th inning, around these parts, they'll talk about the 6th for a long, long time. But the Suns have to finish it off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jordan Blanton. The 1-1 delivery outside for a ball. It's 2-1. 12-1 DeLand in the top of the 7th inning. Two balls, 1 strike on Blanton as Braden Sisson stands on first. The 2-1 delivery. Blanton hits a sky-high pop-up. This should end the inning. Robbie Scott camps underneath it. He will catch it, and the inning is over. So here we go. The DeLand Suns, 3 outs away from a Florida League championship. Get out of the inning with 1 run or less, and the Suns are champs, and send in the Valois to finish it off. A 9-run 6th. The Suns lead it 12-1. Seven, 8, 9 in the Winter Park order will need to get 2 to keep the game alive here in the top of the 7th inning. The first pitch from Jesus Valoy is a great play made by DeTringo. Throw to first, scooped by Joe Burke. Oh my God. DeLand makes an unreal play for the first out of the 7th inning, and the Suns are 2 outs away from a party.
Well, Brophy put a great piece of wood on that one. It was just a nice play out there defensively.
Nick DeTringo makes a ridiculous play at third. He short hops the throw, but Joe Burke, like he's done all year, pulls it out of the dirt. Jesus Valoy misses low and away to Sekera, 1-0.
At this point, unless things really spiral out of control, they're going to let Valoy ride this one out.
1 ball, no strikes. Valoy deals the 1-0 pitch, low and outside for a ball, 2-0. Just throw strikes if you're Jesus Valoy. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. The 2-0 delivery, big foul off by Sekera, and the count moves to 2-1. Can the DeLand Suns turn the clock back to 2012 and win their first league title in 6 years? Jesus Valoy is 2 outs away from another complete game. The 2-1 pitch from Valoy is a ground ball up the middle of base hit. Winter Park is not going to go quietly. A single from Sekera brings up Graham Dvorak, who would love to atone for the error that spiraled that inning out of control in the 6th inning. The Suns led the Florida League in double plays. Can they turn one more to celebrate?
Sekera showed up to play today, 2 for 3, a double and a single, so good job by him down at the bottom of the order, keeping the lineup rolling today.
If you're Valoy, the runner on first means absolutely nothing. Pitch in there for a strike to Dvorak, 0-1. 12 runs, 14 hits, and an error for DeLand. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors for Winter Park. Valoy comes set a little above his belt and deals the 0-1 pitch. That one misses inside for a ball. Count even on Graham Dvorak, 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, aces wild from Valoy. His 1-1 delivery misses low and inside again, and the count is 2-1. 2 runs for the Diamond Dogs would extend it, and then they would try to just chip their way back into this one. DeLand 12, Winter Park 1. Jesus Valoy comes set and deals the 2-1 pitch. Inside for ball 3, and the count on Dvorak is 3-1.
And if you're Dvorak, you take all the way here. Valoy has looked like he's struggled with his command in this inning. Obviously, that hasn't been a theme all game long. It just seems after sitting around for a while, he might be a little cold.
82nd pitch coming from Valoy. His 3-1 delivery is foul down the left field line. A laser beam hit foul by Dvorak, and the count fills from Valoy to Dvorak. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The DeLand Suns lead 12-1 in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs before 2 runs, and the Suns are the Florida League champions. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Valoy's 3-2 pitch is a foul ball again down the third base line, and will do another payoff pitch to Dvorak, who currently represents the game-extending run. A 9-run bottom of the 6th inning, as the DeLand Suns 2 outs away from a Florida League championship. 12 unanswered runs from the Suns. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Valoy's 3-2 is a high pop fly in a shallow center. Ball and Blanton are back. It will be ball that gives way, and the Suns are 1 out away. Kyle Ball makes the catch, and Robert Scott is the final hope for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. The DeLand Suns are 1 out away from winning the Florida League championship. Connor Udell in the dugout is asking for noise from the Suns faithful. Can Valoy finish it off and go back to Miami-Dade to DeLand Suns legend. First pitch of the at-bat from Valoy, high and outside to Scott, 1-0. The DeLand Suns are 1 out away from the Florida League Championship. Jesus Valoy comes set above his belt. He deals the 1-0 pitch. It's a pop-up on the right side. Burke will give it a chase. Will it stay fair? No, it's a foul ball. And the count on Robert Scott is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Can the Suns cap one of the greatest years in baseball in this town ever? Stetson goes to a super regional, and the DeLand Suns are an out away from the Florida League Championship. Valoy from the stretch deals the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside to Scott. It's 2-1. The Suns all on the top step, ready to celebrate if they can get one last out here in the 7th inning. Valoy looking for another complete game win. The Miami-Dade Sharks, 2-1 pitch, fouled off, or I should say swung on and missed, and the DeLand Suns are 1 strike away. Jesus Valoy trying to win it for the Suns. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Robert Scott. Is it time to celebrate in DeLand? The 2-2 from Valoy is a chopper towards Valoy. He's got it. The throw to first. It's a new day in the Florida League. The Suns have risen, and the DeLand Suns are the 2018 Florida League champions. The dog pile hits, and the Suns have done it. The DeLand Suns are your 2018 Florida League champions. Say it with me. Change the number in the win column. Play the victory song. The DeLand Suns are champions. One of the greatest nights in DeLand Sun history as they win their 2nd Florida League championship and their 1st since 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take one final break and come back to wrap things up. But it's time to party in DeLand. The DeLand Suns are the Florida League champions. I've waited a long time to say this. The DeLand Suns are the Florida League champions by a run rule, 12-1 victory over the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Rick Hall gets his 2nd championship trophy. I believe it's going to be Braden Sisson as the finals MVP. And what a night for the DeLand Suns and Ken Landis, a Winter Park team that time after time after time after time fought and fought and fought and fought, and it turned out that someone just needed to put up a 9-run inning to finally beat these guys.
Yeah, in the playoffs, they showed resiliency I had not seen from them all season long, as they were down to, in the elimination game, that could have been their last game. In Game 2 and Game 3 of the series in Leesburg could have been their last game. Game 2 could have been their last game here in this series, and, well, they ran out of games to have the last game as this one was the final game of the year. They put up a heck of a fight, They were all banged up. They lost 2 of their all-stars down the stretch in the playoffs and ended up winning 9 of 13, as that'll do it for their season, but a heck of a run for the Diamond Dogs. Nobody thought they could get here. They were scraping the bottom of the division. They were the underdogs all the way through and just fell 1 game short. Ryan, it's been a pleasure to watch both these teams battle out just in this series. In this season, all year long, we had close games throughout. So it's been a real pleasure being up here with you, learning from you, and getting to put in some good work with you as the Suns are the champions.
And I can say with absolute confidence, Ken, that you're going to go far in this business. You are a total professional, and you have been a pleasure to work with all summer long. Fans, I cannot articulate properly what this means to the DeLand Suns, what this means to the gentlemen on the field, to Rick Hall, and to everyone involved in this organization. But as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest summers of my life, and it ends as Florida League champions. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to let the camera run until they get off the field. We're going to let you watch this celebration, because if it's your son, if it's your nephew, if it's your brother, you get to enjoy this too. The DeLand Suns are the Florida League champions. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my honor and my privilege to bring you DeLand Suns baseball all summer long. And I can't believe I get to say this again. The DeLand Suns are the Florida League champions, 12-1 over the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. To the guys on the field, I love you. To the interns, to Jordan, to Jamie, to Abby, to Frankie, I love you. And to Trevor Stoltz, Aaron Peelan, and the entire Florida League operation, thank you, I love you. One final time from Melching Field. May green be the grass beneath you, may blue be the skies above you, and it's going to be hard to have a better day than today. The DeLand Suns are the Florida League champions. Good night, have a great year, and maybe we'll talk to you again next summer. We did it.